Hi, I'm Rick, and as usual, I got a problem. I need to get all the way from the middle of the country, Arkansas to be very specific, all the way over here to Virginia in just a couple of days while driving this slow-ass bus. So with all of that raging in my mind, I thought to myself, why don't you just enjoy some fermented libations all along the way? And thus, the great beer, wine, and cider challenge began. But don't you worry, this is not going to be some drunken... I love you, man. Just know you're my best friend. I don't have any other friends. This is not going to be some drunken telling of tales that you've already heard time and time again, and you probably don't want to hear again. But before we begin, I've got to share with you a little something, because I couldn't start this journey both drunk and ugly, so I took care of half of it. Buy yourself a hair trimmer. Give yourself a haircut. What could possibly go wrong? Aren't there professionals who can do this for you? Well, that's not helpful at all. I don't think that's what I want to do. All of this to save 20 bucks. What's funny is the next people who come camping here in Arkansas are going to see this dog-sized pile of Rick hair and wonder what the hell happened here. Maybe they're going to call Unsolved Mysteries to see if they can figure it out. Good morning. I have got 5 days of really hard driving and 5 stops along the way. And today we are heading towards, where are we heading towards? We're heading towards a place called Mother's Brewing Company in Springfield, Missouri. Sounds pretty wholesome, right? And so my mission today is to put this bus back together after spending a few days in the middle of Arkansas and head my way east, north. I gotta head my way in some direction. I also don't even know what I'm going to talk to you about along the way once I get there and start drinking. I guess I better figure that out too. Yeah, it's going to be a busy morning. I'll see you in a bit. Okie dokie, we got here early. So before we can start drinking, let's go explore what Midwest really means. Never been in Springfield, Missouri. Never been in Missouri. This could be interesting. God, I hope it's interesting. So my expectations are to find a whole bunch of white, slightly overweight people who say pop instead of Coke. And, well, that's pretty much all my expectations. I'm expecting to be pretty bored. Let's find out. You know, I've been walking around for about an hour in what I assume is their historic downtown. It's nice. There's a lot of small restaurants, small shops, a lot of lofts. No people. There's nobody out here. A couple cars pass, a couple pedestrians, but nobody lives here. Now, I don't play video games. I used to about 20 years ago with my kid, but I remember they always had these characters that just walked around at random. They all walked at the exact same speed. They took left and right hand turns just seemingly at random. That's what this place is like. Okay, nice town, but I think it's time to wash away my boredom with a beer. You know, I just realized something, that after I have a few libations, I am probably going to be sharing things with you that, well, you're going to get to know me a whole lot better. I only hope that, well, tonight's soliloquy is, well, we'll find out how it goes. Well, as you can see from the enormous amount of people here at the brewery, where are my Missourians? They apparently don't day drink, nor do they actually come out of their houses. Oh well, more for me. Inside is just as exciting as outside. Actually, there's 3 people in here, and there was 1 outside, and he left. So this is where the excitement is. Okay, what shall we talk about? What serious stuff do we need to chat about now that I've had some, well, I've switched the water, by the way. I am not drinking beer. Oh, crap, maybe I am. Okay, despite the place over there being fairly empty, it really is kind of nice, and the beer was very good. Okay, I did think of something really controversial, really kind of personal that I wanted to chat about with you on the drive here, and I'm going to tuck myself in my little hidey hole, and I'm going to tell you all about it. After almost a year on the road, a year of living inside of this fine American-made hunk of machinery, I have come to the conclusion that I do not like bus life here in the United States. Allow me to explain. No matter where I have gone, anywhere from the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, everything feels the same here. No matter where you are, you're an American. You stay at the same big box store. You got the same Dollar General. You got the same O'Reilly's Auto Parts, which are in every single small town, everywhere. Yeah, accents change a little bit, but everything looks the same. Everything feels the same. No matter where you go, you're in America. Okay, here's kind of a funny way of putting it. When my daughter was a teenager, I used to have this discussion with her. She and all of her little same friends, they were identical. They were twins. And whenever you'd say that to her, she would get so offended, like, oh my God, Dad. No, she was not a Valley girl, but basically she's like, how could you say that? I am so much different than her. My hair is parted a quarter of an inch a little farther to the left, and my shirt is not quite as blue as hers is. To her, the smallest differences were huge. And that's what I find traveling around this country, no matter whether you're in Miami or Springfield, Missouri. That blue, well, everyone else looks at it, it's like that blue's completely different. And I look at it and go, it's blue. Now, it's not all same, like. As you travel around the United States, Mother Nature does put on a show. Her blue is not necessarily blue. And yeah, I'm still drinking water. Not quite the alcoholic you all expected me to be. I mean, yes, you go around, ow, that actually hurt my elbow. Yes, you go around and things do kind of look the same, but then you get into Utah and places like that, and all of a sudden, everything is different. It's just magical, it's majestic, and like, oh, you can't wait to see more. You can't wait to turn the corner and see what else Mother Nature has in store for you. What does it mean? Well, I don't know. I have a few beers in me, and my inhibitions going out that window over there. I don't know what it means. Anyway, even though it's only 5 in the afternoon, I think it's best for me to take my leave of you right now. I'll see you tomorrow. So apparently I made a mistake yesterday. I am not going to Indiana today. I'm still going to be in Missouri. You know, I just passed a big billboard, one of those religious ones, and it asked me the question, do you know where you're going to spend eternity? My first thought was, Missouri? So a couple of videos ago, I was lamenting about the death of historic Route 66. Well, here, this is what I said. I'm in this little town called Tucumcari. All my research says this is where historic 66 is. That's basically what historic 66 looks like. I just went up and down the street. 99% of everything, it's not here anymore. The dream is dead. All the Americana, everything that, well, you came to know and love about driving down the open road. I think the interstate killed it. Something killed it. So I have to admit, I was mistaken. The times have changed. 1940s, 1950s, they no longer exist. But the good news is, there are places which are keeping the dream alive, just putting on a modern twist. I honestly have no idea where to begin. There's actually somebody here with a shopping cart. A tchotchke gift shop that you have a shopping cart for. Maybe I need this. It's true. Well, considering the theme of this video, that may actually be worth buying. Maybe I should get one of those because I did such a wonderful job. Okay, maybe it's not old-fashioned root beer soda pop counters and, you know, gas stations with the big glass dome where you can only get 5 gallons of fuel, but someone is keeping it alive. Somebody still has a sense of old-fashioned Americana, and I think that's kind of cool. Alrighty then, today is wine day. Far from any town, city, or municipality that you've ever heard of. Oh, it's only 4:30. Well, it's 5:30 on the East Coast, so, you know, I didn't even know Missouri actually made wine. I mean, I've heard of other states, but Missouri? Oh, well, I guess we're going to find out. And by the way, I'm going to behave today. I promise no maudlin, upset stories of how America sucks and how I hate you too. At least I hope not. Hope the wine's good. Okay, it is turning out to be sort of a good news, bad news sort of night. The good news is Missouri wine's not bad. It's surprisingly really good. The bad news is it's $31 a bottle. So I'm not entirely sure that this is going to be the most affordable overnight stop that I've ever had. Because like I said, the wine's pretty damn good. Okay, here's the fun part about YouTube. For you, what, a third of a second has passed? For me, about 3 hours has gone by. And, well, besides the number of wines I've had, I've met the only non-Republican in this entire area. We've been chatting the whole time, so give me a few minutes and I'm going to catch you up on the other good and the bad. This has actually been a really, really fun evening. This is the first time I have spent some time with a stranger just yakking and talking. We're both the same age. We're both the same. It's been really fun. And now a new RV just showed up. And, now I've got a new buddy, especially since they're locking us in for the rest of the evening. Anyway, I am babbling because I am half in the bag. I told you there was a good and a bad. And, I don't quite know how I'm going to figure this one out. Okay, so here is the problem. I use an app called Harvest Host, which is sort of like an Airbnb for people like me. It takes small businesses, wineries, breweries, farms, and they combine them with people like me who need a place to stay for the night. So I get to spend a night in their parking lot, and, well, I promise to buy something from them, and they get to have a little commerce. That's the way it works. Well, tomorrow night, I'm supposed to be at another winery. Problem is, they haven't responded. I have no idea if I'm supposed to be there or not. So the bad news is, I don't know if I got a place to sleep tomorrow night. The good news is, if my plans turn out the way I think they may turn out, we may have a very interesting third night of the great wine, beer, and cider alcoholic Let's Get East tour. Well, hi there. Top of the morning to you. I just checked Harvest Host, and that winery we're supposed to stay at tonight, they have neither confirmed nor denied our reservation. So we're going to have to do a plan B. I think I got maybe a plan C between A and B that we can try first. So 4 hours, 11 minutes from now, we'll find out. So I think we're going to have to call today a day of disappointments because, well, I wanted to take you here. I mean, really, how often do you get the chance to go to the very top of the Gateway Arch in St. Louis? But no, I circled, I looped, I circled, I begged, I pleaded. There was nowhere to park the beast. Nowhere. So I just continued on. We're in Evansville, Indiana. The reason we are staying tonight in this fine, upstanding Midwest town is I found the perfect place for us. They accept RVs for overnight. They have all the basics. They got beer, they got wine, they got food. They've got a really interesting decor. Can't wait to show it to you. Because, yeah, tonight we're staying at... So, yep, tonight's big wine and beer extravaganza was hosted by Cracker Barrel. Although I gotta tell you, I thought the Bloody Mary paired better with the dumplings and the French fried, whatever that steak thing was. Yeah, I know tonight was a complete fail, and we're just gonna chalk it up to that. Okay, and about Evansville, Indiana. I cut out a whole lot of stuff in this video. I was making some serious fun of this little town earlier, but it's not that bad. I mean, down where the Ohio River goes through the old town, it's nice. There's a bike trail, there's hiking trails, there's lots of cool houses. And I know I'm confusing you. I spend one day telling you how much I hate America and I'm bored, tell you the next day how much I enjoy meeting people, and now I want to explore a Midwest city. I'm all over the place. Maybe by the time this whole little drunken bar crawl ends, we'll figure some stuff out. Good morning. Can you imagine waking up to this every single day? In fact, I'm sorry you have to see it now. Anyway, today we are heading off towards Kentucky to a brewery, but that's not what Kentucky is known for, right? So I have an idea that's going to make today a little bit better than yesterday. You see, in Louisville, they have this whole section called a historic whiskey row. Gotta go check that out, don't we? Ah, crap. The age-old problem of where do you park this thing? Louisville's a real city. Hopefully we get to find a place, because it's kind of cool down there. I really want to show it to you. Whoop. Traffic light's changing. Okay, I actually found street parking. Of course, I had to pay for left and right, but that's kind of to be expected. Let's go see what this place is all about. It actually looks kind of cool down there. Yeah, apparently he is anatomically correct. Okay, here's what's kind of weird. I expected Kentucky's Bourbon Road to be, well, not urban. I was kind of expecting, I don't know, maybe dirt roads and barrels piled up everywhere. It's right in the middle of an old part of the city. And it's still a few blocks away, but I was not expecting this. Alrighty, as usual, we have a problem. The problem being that every single distillery, and I just got that confirmed by a distillery worker, has had their tickets sold out for 3 weeks now. So we're not going on a tour unless I find somebody's willing to scalp a ticket. Maybe we'll do some tasting. I mean, what could go wrong? Tasting a little whiskey, getting behind the wheel of the bus, driving another few hours. I don't see a problem there. Actually, I see a huge problem there. I guess I'm not even tasting. Oh well. Keep looking around. Okay, so apparently you have this thing where I can answer a few questions and they will custom blend me my own unique bourbon. I think we should definitely try.
On those tables right back there are some QR codes. Okay. I'm going to have you go back there, scan the QR code, start answering the questions. Once I turn all these in, I'll come back there because by that time you'll probably be done. And it'll give you another QR code I'll scan and get your sample ready.
Alrighty, 13 questions to find out what I like. I love smoked, I like smoked. Apparently you gotta figure out if I like smoke. Hi.
How you going? You done?
I am all done.
You want to try it neat out of the rocks.
Oh, neat. Oh, does this thing do it?
Yep. So it basically pulls out of these 6 bottles here because your recipe has a percentage of each and just sucks it right in there.
Okay, I'm going to put the recipe up there in case you all want to try your own Rick's version of the bourbon. I can have a $50 bottle made if it's any good. Okay, here's the thing. My custom bourbon, it doesn't taste like bourbon. It's not bad. It's kind of what bourbon would be if it was made out of rum. What a surprise. So the question becomes, is this worth a $50 bottle? So the verdict is, I got a big bottle of nothing. My taste buds, what I created in there, it wasn't worth $50. I'm not even sure it was worth the $15 I paid for the shot. Somewhere between here and here, things got disconnected. Let's move on to the beer. It's only 3 hours away. Okay, at the end of a long gravel road, I finally made it to wherever I am, brewery and farm. It's going to be interesting tonight. There's a bunch of guys in blue jean bib overalls setting up what looks like giant fiddles, so I guess we get some Kentucky bluegrass music tonight. It's a really cool place. The beer is really good, but before I get into that, I kind of want to talk about today. Now, Louisville was really kind of cool. I mean, it was this combination of modern city and old historic stuff. The problem was, I'm in a 30-foot bus. It is impossible to drive that bus in a city. It is more than impossible to park it. You know, if I had to do it again, I might actually consider doing a van life thing instead of that bus. You get in more places, in and out, more places to park. Oh, just being able to get to where you want to go. That would surely be nice.
Good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, well, don't you think maybe we could find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill, and I know a spot right over the hill. There's soda pop and the dancing's free, so if you want to have fun, come along with me. Hey, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me?
Okay, I gotta admit, I might have been wrong. And Kentucky, of all places, actually changed my mind. You know, I'm sitting here listening to this three-piece band playing old bluegrass tunes. You know, it's Americana to the fullest. It's what I said I was bored by the other day. And oh my God, the people here are so nice. The music is so much fun. And I haven't even started drinking yet, to be honest. This is sober. This is normal. This is why I live in a bus.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate the tips, y'all.
It has been, here, let me clean you off a little bit. There, is that better? Probably not. It has been a very wet and rainy day. I think this followed me all the way from Kentucky to out here. I am at a winery and a meadery in West Virginia. Mead is wine and honey, apparently. I've never had it before. Their version here is they use cider and honey. So probably gonna have to buy a bottle just to try it out. But right now, I'm gonna go do a cider flight. 8 different varieties. I get to figure out, well, which one I like. Never had cider before, so hopefully one of them will be yummy. Okay, here's a fun thing. I'm actually kind of glad to be back on the East Coast, and specifically, I'm glad to be back in West Virginia. I know the state gets a horrible reputation. Everybody thinks they're just coal miners who have a 7th grade education. It's anything but. The place has a beauty that you cannot imagine, and the people are incredibly friendly. And the culture, it goes way back. Yeah, you hear Appalachian and you go, hillbillies, but no, it is a deep culture that is really worth investigating, really worth learning about, and really worth eating, by the way. So what have I learned in the past week? Have I learned that I have alcoholic tendencies? Well, I already knew that one. But the thing is, when I started out this week, you probably have noticed that I have some pretty dogmatic thoughts about the world, and by now, I don't know where things lie. And I think that might be the lesson for all of us, is you got to try new things. You got to dip your toe in different waters. You got to challenge what you know to be true and be willing to accept the fact that you might be wrong. And with that, thanks for watching. You know, that sign always cracks me up. It's a really good sign for a gas station. Or maybe a porn factory.